the ad read?
I don't know. Becker said that he wanted to come in wet, and I don't know what it means, but I'm going to give Jake Becker, super producer, the floor to, I guess, perform his masterpiece. Go ahead.
Imagine we're going to record tomorrow too, Sam.
Oh, who knows?
Well, would you rather record tomorrow or Saturday? Because I know you come home Sunday.
Saturday would be impossible for me.
That's what I figured. So I was thinking tomorrow we recorded.
Right, but tomorrow I might not want to. So
well, I understand that. That's why I try to get you to commit to things ahead of time.
Beef. I mean, the thing is look, it's 10:30 here. I'm just going to say I'm in a protectorate of the British Crown. I won't say where I am, but let's just say that they keep this place real safe.
A bank state.
Yeah, I'm staying at Banksy's house in Bristol. Lund, are you finishing up a game of Snake? What are you up to?
No, I literally told you what I was doing, and then you forgot as soon as the lights came on.
Yeah, I just wasn't listening. I'm sorry. Please.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm bisexual just for June.
Yeah, trying to get booked. I think that's a plum of an idea.
Oh, shit. That's what you were excited about? That's what you said was going to change podcasting forever?
I said, hey, night, prepare to meet day, because I'm the sun, and I'm coming over the horizon with Plum Thumb. What's wrong with Plum Thumb? Plum Thumb's fun.
I like it.
It's a bad one to crunch. That is not a ripe plum. This plum, that might be your issue, not a plum at all. I'm guessing nectarine.
Plucot.
What?
Plucot.
I hate the apricot.
That's a plum that looks like a plucot.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Steve, our comic friend, the hockey player in Denver, Steve Vander Plucot. No, that is none of your business what it is, Becker. So why don't you leave me alone? You said, I'm coming in wet. Everyone's going to be in the splash zone. Hope you guys are you said, hey, you like the lazy river? That's not what this is. This is the raging river. So go ahead, Becker.
Okay. I don't know that I'm wet. I feel good, which is nice.
Hold on, Becker. I'm getting a call. Yes? Yeah. Oh, thank you. A better bit is here? Yeah, you're right. Okay. I'll pass it on.
Use the whole fruit basket.
There's no way I have more fruit.
The apple
you are the apple of my eye. No way!
Called it.
7 time zones away.
Still got it.
Orange, you glad I didn't say orange?
That was going to be the next thing that I said. So, damn.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have nothing else. Don't worry.
There's no cherry.
Oh, man.
You're going to try to bring up warrant so that you can get to cherry or no?
No, I wish, man. I wish I had some fucking cherries in here. But I do not, of course.
Pineapple under the sea.
I've got Patrick Starr here with me.
I watched a very funny clip from...
Well, I do have cherries,
Coach.
By the way. I'm sorry.
Jubilee.
Buck cherries. Oh, yeah.
Right. The coach, it was a blooper where coach comes into the office and he's like, is everybody here? And Dauber says, no, still we're waiting on Jerry. And, or wait, it's not Jerry.
It was Jerry Sandusky.
Jerry Van Dyke.
It was predictive programming.
Luther. He's like, we're still waiting on Luther. And coach says,
Vandross.
God damn it. And he's like mad. And Dauber gets thrown because I think he says, you can't say that. Because I think he figured, we have to stop this take because you can't say God damn it on ABC. And coach, what's his name? He
Craig
is
T. Nelson.
Krang T. Nelson said,
who was not Lieutenant Dad. Remember that show?
Major Dad.
Holy shit. Maybe I'm retconned.
Yeah. But yeah, it throws Dauber and he's like, you can't say that. And then coach is like, what? Because he thought he just said, damn it. So then they start again. And Dauber's like, we're still waiting on Luther. And Coach goes, fuck, shit. Everybody loves it. And then he leaves and he comes back in and he says, is everybody here? And Dauber goes, fuck no. And then everybody creams. I mean, this was a real plum orange banana situation. Like,
yeah, I mean, now you can't call someone Dauber. So it's come full circle.
Revelation. Yeah, that was
Dauber's on the no list. Dauber is honestly where my first take of putty came from, because I used to do Dauber for my Uncle Tommy. He liked when I would do Dauber as a little boy, 7, 8 years old. Uncle Tommy, I'm Dauber. Dauber's a little more like this. There's a little bit more stink on Dauber, and putty's just flat. But Dauber's right. I'm Dauber. Yeah, so Dauber came first.
Dauber lets it breathe.
That's a little inside the actor's studio for you guys. I have more plum to eat quietly off mic.
Oh, well, I got distracted by Becker coming in wet. I was going to say I'm coming in hot because we had to get some teeth pulled out of Mama's mouth because it was stinking. They were bad teeth.
At least they were her mouth this time.
The teeth went bad. And so we had to get rid of some, and we were scared not because of the seizures. I forgot that she has a heart murmur.
You're over the seizures.
No, she has a heart murmur, and so that was like
that's where you got it.
The reason we didn't get her spayed is that there's a risk with anesthesia. Also,
yeah, you couldn't do that to her. You can't be still that beating heart. You can't take a pussy away from a dog who's all heart.
Yeah, so we didn't get her spayed. And but with the teeth thing,
did you get her Farley'd?
We had to risk it. And
come on, that's good.
No, it's good. Hey, I'm fake laughing because it was good.
You're okay.
No, I was really laughing because it was good. And I love when you interrupt me because then it makes the story that much longer, which I like. I like a long story. I like a long meandering story.
Well, I know you do. That's why I'm trying to punch it up. Now, go ahead. You were telling us about Mama.
So she gets teeth pulled, and she survived. She woke up. And like Becker says, who knows how anesthesia even works. So heart murmur, no, there's a risk. But she was okay. We go and get her, and then we go to the grocery store for some stuff. And Megan says, I want to go in because I don't know what I want, but I want some stuff. I said, go on in there. Mm-hmm. And we agree that we're going to get some chicken. If we were to get chicken, what would I want?
Fried chicken.
You guys know me. Fried chicken.
Okay, I know what you want.
What?
Whole rotisserie before you get home.
No.
And then chicken tenders.
No. Fried chicken.
You eat the whole tiss on the way home.
We used to get 12, and so 12 pieces. So we would just get whatever they give you, 2 of everything. But then last time I went, I just got 8 pieces.
Not enough.
No, it was fine. But do I like light meat, dark meat?
Oh, dark meat. That's what you're asking.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You want dark meat chicken. You would like thighs for sure.
Yes.
And if you're lucky, the conjoined wing, the wing that is not split. It's the little drumette as well as the wing. That might be the best piece of whole fried chicken there is.
Right. All right. So yeah, you guys know me. You love
not breasts.
Me. You listen to me. You hear me. I feel heard.
Dude, we both did apple of my eye, and I'm in a different continent. So right. I think we're locked in here.
Well, you would think that the apple of my other eye, my wife, would know.
This is your wife.
What to do. Yeah, the other apple. She comes back.
That's me.
Oh, and
together, we're quite the pair.
Yeah! Whoa! You were lying about being done. I love that. Secret pair.
Gentlemen, we've done it. Podcasting has been solved. It has officially become checkers. It is no longer chess. It's a closed system, and I've written the book on it. Oh,
man.
pear.
Well,
You know, and what's funny is I didn't even make it 10 minutes in before I burnt through all the fruit that I had.
yeah, I don't know if I believe that because you could still have a grape up your sleeve. But
Well, you better hope you don't get graped by me.
we're not on TikTok, so we can say whatever we want. But so yes, Megan comes back from the store and says that I said, "What'd you get?" And she got 4 drumsticks, which she likes the drumsticks.
Yeah, some ice cream to open things up. I like that. That's a good move.
Well, yeah, that's for the drive. That's for the drive home.
On the drive home. Yeah, of course.
They're little ones. No, she got 4 drumsticks and 4 breasts. She says
What?
proudly, confidently, and I was like, "Oh, good." She's like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't know. I've said it probably every time we've had fried chicken for the course of our relationship that breasts are for dummies. They're like stereotypical American. You know, the breast is the biggest thing, so they want." A lot of Americans want that big old breast when it's really like
breast sucks.
it's almost always dry, and yeah, white meat is
bland,
inferior
it's tasteless.
anyway. So yeah,
It makes a better sandwich. I like that. I like a chicken breast sandwich after the fried chicken the next day, cold chicken breast with mayonnaise and mustard. I like that on white bread. That's a great sandwich.
That's what you do with Thanksgiving leftovers. You get rid of the white meat by piling it on, a bunch of mayo, salt, and pepper. But
some people make soup. There's a big push for soup for day after Thanksgiving, and I don't really like that, but they say we have all these bones, and I say yes, but most of the bones have already been leached into the gravy, so you're just humping your turkey carcass twice. Anyway. So Megan doesn't know you at all.
We're fighting.
And,
no.
Yeah.
She thought I was mad. I was
She's
like,
dead.
I'm not mad. It's just insane to me.
I hit her, guys. That's what I'm trying to say.
And it does prove one of the things that I tell her that she does not always agree with, but I think now she has to concede. She hears about a third of what I say, so she knows I like fried chicken. She thinks,
yeah, you like breasts.
She knows I like breasts. Yeah, I honk hers all the time. But
pawing at her.
Yeah, no, it was funny that she came back with, and I was like, well, I'm glad you got what you like, so you can have your 4 drumsticks. She's like, I'll eat the breasts. I was like, no, I'll eat them.
You should have said, I'll eat them.
She said, I'm stoned. I've been smoking weed all day. And I was like, yeah, I haven't, because I had to stay sober so that I could take care of my family, bring mama home, hopefully not in a body bag. It sucked, man. It was scary to not know. I don't know what the odds are, like with a heart murmur. Does it drop you to like a coin flip? No, because what? You think there's just one number? But I just knew that
I don't know.
It made it so that it was, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it turned it into a coin toss instead of like 90% everything's fine without the murmur.
Or maybe she's a miracle. Maybe she wasn't supposed to live. Maybe she's the dog who lived. She could be Colton Burpo.
She can't be killed. She can't. I told Megan she certainly is tough because she was on death's door like a few months after we got her. I think she was allergic to the first seizure meds that Dr. Kev put her on. Phenobarbital.
Mom's been dying the whole time you had her.
No, there was that. She got sick. She was probably allergic to phenobarbital. And
she threw a straight Pysher, and then you were like, well, I don't know what to do.
2021, then, she had a bunch of the day before my dad died. That classic story. She had a bunch of seizures, and we had to take her to the Springs, and she was in the Springs for like 4 days, in the hospital for like 4 days. But so yeah, she is. And then all the seizures, none of the seizures have taken her down, so she's undefeated.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah,
you know. Prayers up for Mama.
We did.
I'm sorry about the. Go ahead.
Well, we wondered how many teeth she was going to, get yanked because sometimes it's 15 or whatever, but it was 8.
Dude, that's not. You don't.
That's not.
You don't want a gummo dog,
right?
Gordy
she
was
still
Mr.
have
Flappers towards the end. He was just numbing on stuff, coming up, putting those just wet chunks on your hand. You're like, gross.
How many? I remember he got a bunch pulled in one go, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
'Cause he was
we
like
said, hey,
14.
take as many as you can eat. Don't.
You wanted to make a necklace.
Yeah. No, they stank. Like his mouth
Oh yeah,
smelled like your butt
yeah.
after rubbing up against my butt. Like if our
my
if our
farts
butts
are your
French
shit.
kissed.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how Gordy's mouth stank. And all the time I was like, man, his mouth reeks. And Emmy would be like, it's his new food. And I was like, he's never had new food. He's been eating the same food since day one. And she was like, huh. So then she made me put my nose in his mouth one time. And it smelled so bad that I kind of threw up on his legs. I all over my dog's legs. And then she got mad at me. And I was like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Why?
Something's wrong. And I barfed. Why are you mad at me?
Wouldn't you have? I mean, it sounds like you went in full throttle and took a big old whiff instead of being cautious.
To be fair, she didn't make me whiff. I dove in because I wanted to be brave. I was trying to turn her on.
You were trying to win the argument.
Yeah. I took my shirt. Well, I didn't take my shirt off. I unbuttoned it from the bottom up and then tied it off underneath my tits. And I said, something reeks and I hope it's you. And I winked at her. And then I pried him open and I went in. And I threw up like kind of on him.
God.
Yeah. But anyway, we had to get him yanked because they were befouled.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, no more turkey for Gordy.
How many was it? Do you remember? It was probably like 22 or something.
When he got his teeth pulled, we had them all taken out.
It was a lot.
Every tooth he had left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I didn't even get the money from that guy. So that was a bummer.
The tooth fairy?
No, he's like, if you give me all your dog's teeth, when he dies, I can bring him back. Here we are. Yeah. Gordy, last time I checked, Gordy, are you in here? No?
No, Gordy.
No one's eating Emmy's tampons? Okay. Huh.
Was that a concern?
Oh, it wasn't a concern. I mean, we had to do it like a bear bag. Anytime she used one, we had to dangle it out the window so the crows would come take it. It was bad. Yeah, he would go nuts for him. And then her panties, of course. He couldn't get enough of those.
Yeah, the panties is a thing. I don't know what Megan's doing with her tamps because I haven't had to deal with any
Probably
of those.
flushing her panties. A lot of girls are flushing their panties nowadays.
So you're back in London.
Off the wagon.
Paris to London.
This is gin.
And your dad is banging his old lady.
Dude, I don't know what to do about that.
As soon as you left. Because you were in the way.
About it?
You were in the way that whole time.
I don't think I was in the way.
They're in the city of
think
love and romance, and then you're like third wheeling it. While Duddy's third leg in it. That sucks.
Nice, yeah. That's funny.
You were cock blocking.
I did not. I was not.
You were blocking your dad's cock from inserting.
Yeah, we know where it goes. So what? All I'm saying is I do not think anyone's behaviors were curtailed by my presence in any room in that apartment.
Okay.
My room. There was a situation last night wherein I was lounging. All right, so this guy I don't know.
Dave's on top in the bathroom or in the bedroom. You're in the bathroom going, "Ow, my butt, my stomach, and my butt."
Yeah, that's me. So here's how it works. My room's over here, kind of a little passageway. This is all one big area. Kitchen's right here. 2 couches. The chair I wrote in. A table over here where I was painting things. And then bathrooms back here. All right. This is what was insane. This is the big communal space right here. Oh, I'm writing right here where this is. Oh, I'm writing in this chair. Who's in here taking the loudest shit I've ever heard? I don't know. Everyone once a day. That's who it was. Right here. And then there's a little room right here where Sue's stayed, Emily's mother. Then there's a shower right here. And then this is Duddy's lair. This is where the big dog barks. So last night I'm hanging out on the couch right here. It's like 1 a.m. I'm doing final laundry. This door opens, and I have my ear pods in. I'm listening to, some compelling media, and I'm playing MTGA Arena on my phone.
You're listening to 70-year-olds having sex, just in case.
No. So I don't know. I literally can't hear. And I got really good because when I was writing in the room, sometimes they would be in the communal space, blah, blah, blah. So I'm locked in. Everyone knows that I can't hear you if you talk to me.
You tell them, hey, pretend I'm not here, and then they start fucking on the couch right behind you, and you're like, hey, okay. I guess I told them.
All right, making up for lost time.
I put it out there.
Yeah. You guys know how precious it is to lose someone, so you really got to make up for it. Anyway, it's 1 a.m. last night. This door, this is in my periphery. This door opens. I hear a scream. I look over. It's my dad's old lady. And I did not see anything, but I think the reason she screamed is she may have been nude. She was coming out of here to go to the bathroom.
To hose off.
She could have been in her underwear. I didn't see anything. That's why I'm not sure. Shut up, Lund. But
what?
He doesn't like his own medicine, Lund.
What medicine is this? I've never fed anyone this kind of medicine. No one's ever received this medicine from me.
You've never consistently interrupted a story?
Oh, I don't care about that. I mean about Lund talking about what my father may or may not have been up to a couple times a day. I don't know.
I thought you were more upset about not being able to get it out than you were about thinking about Daddy. I apologize.
Please. Punch up the story. That's what the pod's about. Someone brings a bit of material, and then we all enhance it through collaborative fun. That's how it works. I didn't know how to break it down. But in this instance, Lund said that she was like dripping cum or something because she'd just been railed.
She comes out. She's topless. She's wearing underwear, but the underwear has a dildo attached.
Okay, that'd be fine.
And that's dripping.
If she'd been pegging Duddy.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
She was bending Duddy over.
Yeah. That'd be fine. You guys love it. Look at you two.
Why weren't you... Now, this is bad roommate behavior to me because you should have probably been in your room. But instead, you were hoping for like a game night to appear at 1:30 a.m. in the common area.
I had the twister board set up.
Hey,
I was ready to go.
You guys do whatever you want. Mousetrap takes about 45 minutes to set up. So you do whatever. Pretend I'm not here.
Yeah. Maybe little chutes and ladders, whatever.
Start slow.
Up
Snakes
and down,
ladders,
right?
Snakes and ladders, they call it over here.
I had chutes and ladders.
I think in Europe, it's snakes and ladders.
In the UK, they call it snakes and ladders.
Maybe UK, but not Paris.
You gay. Doesn't matter. I'm not in Paris anymore. And last night, I'm pretty sure that my dad's girlfriend thought that I saw her nude. And that was the last interaction we had before they left this morning. They left at 6 a.m. I was asleep. We already said our goodbyes. And then last night at 1 a.m., you know what? You can tell if I'm not in that room because the lights are off. Whenever I leave that room, lights off most of the time. So she should have known, hey, lights are on. Sam T's out there occupying the space he's paying for. Maybe I should, not walk out there completely nude. That's all. I like to wake up and walk directly from the bed to the toilet nude. I don't. I've been throwing stuff on. Mm-hmm. No one saw my dwangus. I didn't see her. But the way she shrieked makes me think she was nude and she was terrified.
Yeah.
Then that's where we're at.
Right. No follow up. Just she slams the door. You keep doing your thing.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Go and knock and be like, hey, if you thought that I saw something, I didn't. No. So don't worry. It's not weird between us at all.
No, I just was confirming that was what happened after the scream. She didn't she should have booked it for the bathroom.
She should have. Well, that's the thing. If she wasn't completely nude, then she would have just kept walking to the bathroom. Yeah. Because I've seen the big sleep shirt that she has.
Who's on there? Chaz and Bugs Bunny?
No, it's
Tweety Bird.
It's a Big Johnson shirt.
No way. From the
Yeah.
Dave T collection.
It's my dad on the shirt. His dick's like a fishing rod or something. I don't remember.
Getting chicks out of the lake. It's like, what are they, sirens? Why do they live in the water?
Right.
But like, I got one. It's a chick. Those are fun.
That's old Dave T. Yeah, but anyway, so that's what's going on with me. And I'm also very, very... Go ahead.
She dies in like 2 days, so you never...
Okay.
Nobody ever
Great.
knows what happened. Dave doesn't know. You don't know.
And it's real murky.
Did I kill her?
Did she do it herself? Was it an accident? Where was my dad? Maybe he's so jealous that she presented herself to me. She tried to give herself to me that way, that he killed her. And then I have to cover and be like, yeah, he was in London with me the whole time. And then Becker has to learn AI to put my dad in this episode, so it's his alibi. And it's just like Alf. It's just Becker just puts in Alf clips, but with like his impression of my dad. Like, oh, what do you think? What do you think, Dave? Yeah. But I have good news. I have finished a second draft of my next novel.
Whoa.
Nice.
So that feels nice. Yes. I've never been so completely locked in and committed to living my best life as I have the last month in Paris, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. Dialed in.
I was dialed in. I was writing. I was revising. I was fixing problems. I was walking around. I was inspired. You pop over. You see me for a week. We have the time of our lives.
Yeah.
Oh, it was perfect. Yeah. This cements Paris as the number one destination for cool guys like me.
You should spend a month over there every couple months.
It'd be good for the pod.
Allegedly.
Why don't you guys come out and see me sometime? Becker, you could have popped over here. I'm always coming down to see your ass.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it.
Oh, come on. Well, you know what would help you being caught up in my flights of fancy would be joining the Patreon over there at patreon.com/wet hot teens. You can get some of the best content you've ever.
Did you buy
are we
that
still?
up?
Are we still? Yeah, are we still going with wet hot teens?
You're getting confused. That's the other. That's not. We advertise that Patreon on our Chubby Behemoth Patreon.
Oh yeah,
You're
that's
skipping
the
a
backup
step.
Patreon. Yeah. Go to patreon.com/Chubby Behemoth Wet Hot Teens link.
No,
Is that it?
Now you're mushing them together like a pear and a banana.
That's what these teens are doing. That's why they're so wet hot. Oh yeah, shout out to Mondo, my man Mondo, who hooked up immediately 4 spaghetti jars of delicious cannabis. Shout out to Mondo here in London. He's like, "Oh, I heard you coming over there, mate." And I go, "Would you like a shred off the cat's whisker?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Would you like to whisper a kiss to the hobgoblin?" And I'm like, "What's going on?" And then it turned out he was actually allergic to peanuts, and someone gave him a Reese's earlier that day, so he was having an attack. And then after the paramedics sorted it out, it took like 3 days, socialized medicine. He got me 3 jars of weed. And I want to say shout out to Mondo for hooking me up with some hash plant that's got me irie. I'm super irie. I smoked a joint in the Queen's Garden earlier. I'm staying right by Buckingham Palace. And I was in the garden and I fired one up because no one was looking at me. Was I wearing green pants and a red long sleeve chore jacket? Yes, I was. Was everyone looking at me? It felt that way after this hash plant. So yeah, it's been nice to be high, eating fruit. But boy, do I miss Paris. I don't miss anything. I just miss Paris. I miss Susanna and Hannah. I'd like to see them. Sophie, I get dabs and dashes of her. Becker, I talk to you twice a week.
Yeah, that's all you need. Well, you FaceTime Hannah and Susanna says hi, and I'm a puddle or whatever. You'd probably be okay.
No.
That would scratch the itch.
No, because Susanna will steal the phone from Hannah. Susanna just calls me now. She knows how to use the phone.
Whoa.
And God bless her, she's so cute. Fuck. She tried to call Emily the other day, but she didn't know what letter her name started with. So she called me because we have the same letter that starts our name. So she called me, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then she puts the fucking phone on the ground like this, just straight up on FaceTime. And she's like, look at all my toys. And then I don't see a fucking toy for 7 minutes until I'm finally like, Susanna, I have to go. I think I told her that I was getting into a submarine. And she went, wow. And I went, yeah, I got to go. I'm at work. I work at a submarine. But yeah. If you're going to FaceTime me, let me see the toys. I want to see your Peppa Pig mask. You don't know how phones work? You're 5 years old. It's 2025.
All she knows is COVID and phones.
Yeah, Peppa Pig, you know, Uncle Pig, that's me. I have this cool hat.
Well,
I've been sleeping in the hat.
The hat would make sense for our ad read. I'm wondering, you get on a submarine, maybe it launches off of Turtle Beach. If your headset doesn't make you feel like you're in the game, what's the fucking point? Turtle Beach.
Hey, buy a bullet and rent a gun. If you're not completely immersed in the action, then what are you even doing? Why are you ignoring your wife and kids?
If you don't have PTSD from your gameplay, then who cares? It doesn't even count.
If you're not, if you're letting your marriage just wither on the vine, so you can get 100% on Tony Hawk 2, you want to hear Melon Colin. You know, you want to hear Goldfinger. You want to hear all your favorite hits from a time when life made sense. And that's where Turtle Beach comes in.
That's right.
Lund, tell them what it is.
Turtle Beach drops you right in on the action with their Gen 3 Stealth 700 headset. The audio is richer, the surround sound is more immersive, and the battery lasts for a crazy 80 hours. What am I?
What the hell?
Dave's penis? 80 hours? What am I? Sting from the Police?
God, that's how you could get me to, self-harm and or admit to any coordinates that I might be keeping nuclear secrets. If you put 80 hours of my dad banging his old lady through some Turtle Beach headphones.
Some crystal clear.
Oh, my God.
You hear every
I don't know if they were.
Every slap.
I don't know if they were, but I think they were.
What?
Because there were some there was definitely some mornings where everyone was real light and breezy, you know.
Oh yeah, when everybody's real chatty, they just came.
Turtle Beach. There's no better product than TB. Do you have TB and you want to hear a doctor tell you about it and how long you have? You better put some TBs on. Tuberculosis.
The headset even has a quick charge feature, so when it does finally get low on juice, you can get back in the game right away. So you play for 80 hours straight,
just like the rest of your fucking life. Well, if so, you don't need to wait for 81 hours to get back in the action.
Well, yeah, you're on fumes. But you gotta get back in there. So you've had quick charge.
So much balls guarana. You've just been redlining it on Monster energy drinks and truck stop speed, so you can set the new record in Excite Bike. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Excite Bike. I played it not that long ago. Like just about every old game, it's really hard to get stoked about it. But back in the day, yeah, it was like my whole thing. I wanted to beat it. I don't think you can. But, yeah, that one's... Now you play it for a few minutes. Anyway, yeah, Turtle Beach, the best in the game. It doesn't get no better. When I die, bury me in Turtle Beach so that I can hear how much everybody loves me and is going to miss me.
When you die, I'm just going to take some Turtle Beach headphones. I'm going to put them on, and then I'm going to get some of that NASA tape, and I'm going to just... put that whole roll around those Turtle Beach, and I'm going to keep them connected to my head, and I'm going to listen to classic episodes of Lund on Chubby Behemoth. And Emily's going to just take me in my wheelchair and just point me in front of a bay window. And I'm going to look out over my foxgloves and my lavender, listening to this guy talk. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, you forget. Your brain
But boy, does the other guy putting up with it. And who's this third guy? This guy they never really let talk, but was clearly the star. Who's this young dynamo?
I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just speculating and pontificating. But what if these Turtle Beach headsets are what if they're so good? They're so strong. You can talk to me, or maybe at least hear me up in heaven, or whatever comes next. Maybe it's not heaven.
Yeah, I want to hear you give me Facebook updates from heaven. That's what I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Yeah, it's heaven. So you have a phone, and it's never on low battery. And guess what? Jody Champion's always popping off on Maine. So yeah, that's you in heaven.
Guess what? Jody thinks about 7G.
Yeah, someone comes by with like some Cincinnati chili, and then you just funnel, and then they plop it in you, and that's you in heaven. And you're telling me all about it. You're like, the chili up here is good, but the cheese isn't really that great. And I'm like, it's heaven. I'm sure it's the best. And you're like, well, no. I remember I used to have Cincinnati chili when I was alive, and it was different than this. And I'd be like, have you met anyone up there? And you're like, yeah. Remember Big from Robin Big? He's an asshole.
Michael Carter doesn't think that we did enough to try to help him. Everybody's giving me shit. Everybody's pissed at me all the time. Yeah, we find out together. We find out together that I think I'm in heaven for like a couple years, but I'm like complaining more and more, and you're like, this doesn't sound like heaven to me. And sure enough, I get punked by the devil.
Yeah, like, why is your dad there, dude? Why is your dad keep pissing you off if you're in heaven? You're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, he has the answers to any question you could ever imagine, and he still has the same racist bullshit opinions from when he had a human brain. This is nuts.
Like you're scrolling, you're like the first year you're up there, you're just scrolling, you're having a blast, and then like eventually you're like, huh. It says Instagram won't load, but I can still use Threads. Okay, well, let's see. And you're just scrolling, and then one day it's like, huh, so I guess Blue Sky only. Well, whatever.
When in Rome.
Yeah. When in Rome, well, who might have complained? Gianna Michaels, one more blowjob lasagna, please. Where she sucks you off while feeding you lasagna.
Dude, that sounds like heaven. But the lasagna's not that good, and the blowjob is kind of toothy.
No, you love the blowjob, but you can't get hard, and you're embarrassed. She's trying really hard.
I'm hard.
And you're like,
I'm hard when I'm eating the lasagna. As soon as the lasagna runs out, I'm soft. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I was having a good time. I wouldn't mind some more lasagna, but...
Hey, Gianna, nothing happened, right? It's heaven. Nothing happened, all right?
Yeah, this doesn't count.
Yeah. I'll see you at the X-Men arcade machine that you can only play as Colossus on. What's that about?
Everything's a little off. Why is it's all breasts at the fried chicken factory? That's my least favorite part.
Also, why am I working at a fried chicken factory?
I don't work there. I get a free tour.
I got to do 40 hours a week on the line to get some chicken? What's going on?
The Stealth
My roommate
700
keeps eating the chicken out of the fridge. I'm like, you have a roommate? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, it's hard to live alone. Only rich.
I'm living with Ron Ferguson. It's crazy. I'm living with Al Goodwin.
I'll tell you. Before Ron finally kicked the bucket, he didn't start looking less like a California raisin. So I'm kind of hanging out with. He doesn't know who his parents were. I'll bet his dad was a California raisin.
I thought of that, but my God.
Oh, dude, his nose. His nose is fucked up. I don't know if it's been smushed a couple times or what, but he has a fucking... He has a claymation nose, yeah. The Stealth 700 has the industry's first ever cross-play dual wireless transmitter system. That means you can seamlessly switch between your consoles and PC with just the touch of a button. See, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe consoles and PC, you switch that with Earth and Heaven, and maybe touch of a button. We're doing pods from beyond the grave. Head to Turtle Beach.
You think I'm doing a podcast when I'm dead?
When I'm dead.
I got 2 words for you, pal.
Well, I don't need any of the money anymore. So you guys, you keep doing it. It's like I'm doing something cool for you guys. I'm providing for you, even though I'm gone.
Yeah. I mean, Becker will probably start his own podcast after one of us passes and really be big. It'll be called The Jake Becker Show.
Let me read this, please. Head to turtlebeach.com and use code Chubby for 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with promo code Chubby. Support the show and tell them we sent you. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. Lasagna almost came up.
Did you eat a turtle earlier?
I haven't eaten anything, but man, yeah, my breath control was fucked.
Damn.
And
I just had a succulent Chinese meal.
I started to pass out. Did you?
I had a huge Chinese meal with like 8 people, and it was all good. Dude, you ever had duck tongue?
No. Ooh.
Well, someone's brother ordered duck tongue, and boy, did we have fun with those. Doing a little tongue in the mouth, like kissing, like tongue fighting. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Crispy or gelatinous or what?
No, dude. They were bizarre. They kind of tasted like chicken feet, and they were kind of like tendony, and there was a bone in them. It's very strange. Yeah.
That wasn't tongue, brother.
It wasn't tongue, brother. Dude, we went to dinner tonight and fucking asked for a Coca-Cola, and we go around the table, and then he's like, the guy's like points at him again, and he's like, "Oh, I said Coca-Cola," and the guy goes, "Meal." It's Chinese place. This guy's Chinese, and we're like, "Oh, okay." So then we order a bunch of stuff, and then his brother is like, "Can we get the duck tongue?" And I'm like, "All right, you're a psycho. I love it." And then we just talked about what the duck tongue was going to be like for 10 minutes. And then the duck tongue came, and we each had one, and we were like, this isn't good. And then we just sat there and like looked at the duck tongues.
Yeah.
Had another one.
There were 30 more.
Oh, dude. There was probably 50 duck tongues on there. And they're like the size of the first 2, like my pinky, the first 2 knuckles right there, that's a duck tongue, and there's a bone in there. Oh. So then everyone's like, well, I'll try one. Oh, it's gross. Someone's like, oh, what is this? It's duck tongue. We've said that's all we've been talking about for 12 minutes.
Where were you? Where were you?
Right. Dude, literally someone who was there was like, what is this? Ate one, and then was like 10 minutes later was like on their phone the whole meal, and then was like, what are these? Because it's a lazy Susan. So every now and then you just look up and you're like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Duck tongue. Had 2 duck tongues, spit them both out, forgot what they were. It was insane. But so then what was funny though is then, old brother man over here sitting next to me, he's nuts. I like him a lot. We have a lot of fun. He's just a salt of the earth guy. He starts spitting the lazy Susan so that the duck tongues are directly in front of his brother. And then the brother would look up and he's like, oh, what are those? It's like, oh, they're duck tongue. We've gone over this. And then, spins it again, and then they wind up back in front of him. And then the brother's nudging me and being like, it was a fun bit. It's fun to hang out.
Yeah. Completely nuts. I heard Michael Jackson's coming back. One last show.
I mean, that was what killed him was the O2, right?
He was gearing up to do. He was supposed to do like 30 shows there.
He was on gear for sure.
And then I watched that movie that they put out that showed him getting
A
ready
Goofy
for the
movie?
shows. No.
Oh,
Megan and I put a Goofy movie on like a week ago.
Becker, what happened to you? Why are you looking at us like that?
Huh?
Why are you glaring at us?
I was looking at the time and thinking about editing things.
He was.
What do you have to edit?
He was at work.
Nathan sniffles.
He was at
I
work.
was just
thinking about
clocking him
work.
so I could get one isolated, so I could
Okay.
try to get him out because he keeps sniffing the mic.
Yeah.
It smells like Mama's mouth.
It smells like fried chicken. Huh.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't because I didn't have any. Because as soon as we got home, I came up here to talk with you all, with my friends.
Well, look, we've achieved cruising altitude. You know, why don't you go grab a piece of that chicken?
no, I don't.
We'll
I don't
let
have it
Becker
up here.
Becker's wet minute or whatever he's talking about.
Yeah, he came in wet
Yeah.
allegedly, dude. No,
It's so funny. It'd
he's
be
back
funny
to
if
eating
you
like a
had
psycho.
the same way that I have all this fruit. If you just had
have
different
chicken
pieces
over.
of chicken, yeah. Yeah, Becker, tell us you ate a pound of soprassetto last night?
Oh yeah, last night I made a giant sandwich on a loaf of focaccia that was, what did I have on there? I had Serrano ham and chorizo and Toscana and calabrese sausage and red onions and raspberry basil jam and then those Monteleone peppers that I bought yesterday when I was picking Nathan up.
You picked them up?
And
Did you hurt your
lettuce.
back?
No. He was, yeah, that ruled. And then the night before I had Kung Pao chicken, Mongolian beef, an order of fried rice, and 8 egg rolls.
Were there any
The
leftovers?
kid is back.
No, there's no leftovers.
Damn. This is like when Jordan quit playing baseball. So why are you eating like this? You don't care?
No, I just
You don't care if you die?
I want to get to where I don't have to like do PT every day so that like my shoulders and back don't hurt. I need my body to like start getting nutrition now that I'm not fucking sick every day.
Yeah, you need to be a big, strong boy. I told you that you had to gain a bunch of weight in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So you don't get
I've
blown
been
off
trying to eat a
cliff.
lot of protein.
No, I want it to be dirty. I want Pop-Tarts. I want gummy ropes. I want just straight up like lard. Oh, you know what we could fatten you up on, which would be nice? Would be some foie gras. Because I have a couple jars of foie gras, and if any of them make it home, which they won't, because I got a layover, I will maybe let you have some, but probably
nice.
not. I don't know why I brought it up because I love that shit, and I'm smuggling it back to America, one butthole at a time.
This is the free one. You're fucking your own ass. You just told James Bond your plan. You fucking dummy.
Hello, Governor. Do you have any goose liver pate? No, I don't. Don't check my asshole, whatever you do. You won't like what you find. It's poop. May I go? What? Oh, I was just saying hello there. I didn't mean to insinuate that I had foie gras on my ass. Yeah. I know the rules, pal. All right? Queen's dead. Who's in charge? Me.
Don't mute it.
He doesn't want to crunch on
Mid-scene.
them.
Hey, I'm sniffing. You're crunching. This is
I am
for
going to crunch hard tonight. I'm eating 2 boxes of cereal at least.
What?
Why? What do you mean?
Cereal
You playing this
mode.
out?
Yeah, I just went and bought it like right before the podcast.
What two?
Honey Nut Cheerios and then Ratio, which is like a high protein one.
Fancy.
And then I got 2 pounds of blackberries.
What are you going to do with
And
those?
I'm going to eat them all. And
Oh, of course. That makes sense.
and half a watermelon.
Blackberries in the
Back
cereal
here?
or no?
No, just wash them and eat them by themselves later.
Penis in the watermelon or no?
No.
You
That
got
was a big thing where you grew up.
Penis in the watermelon in the springs?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
when
didn't
you were
know
growing
about
up,
this.
all you guys were fucking melons. It was gross.
Oh,
You don't remember that? You don't remember Melon Madness 2003?
I don't recall Melon Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I was
dude.
pretty high, though.
Slightly Stupid wrote a song about it. Melon Madness. Ain't no badness when you're sharing a melon under the sun. You don't remember that?
No. Oh, yeah. We don't have the Key West episodes out for a while. Lund, you would have hated me knowing all that stoner music on the boat, or laughed really hard at me.
What? I hate
I
when
knew
people
all
know.
No, it was bad music. I knew it wasn't. It was funny and stupid what I knew.
It was some of the worst music that anyone has ever resin hit a gravity bong to.
Who was
Yeah.
the DJ?
That's
The boat
I think it was
driver,
Peanut
captain.
from 311.
Yeah, but yeah, it was all the worst shit, and I knew every word.
Like,
Every word, bro.
I don't even know who you'd be talking about. Not Slightly
The
Stupid or
Expendables. He played some
I don't know
Pepper
them.
once. He figured out that I liked his stoner music, but he's playing
Cottonmouth Kings.
Yeah, it was
Pepper.
bad.
Uh,
They were opening bands for Slightly Stupid.
Okay.
what's that one? HOA or OAR? OAR.
OAR rules.
Yeah, you love OAR.
OAR is fun.
Hammer and Sickle. He was grooving to that shit. What?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Remember the Mayberries? He was liking that stuff.
Butthole Surfers, Skank and Pickle.
MU 380.
I think maybe some Ziggins.
Ziggins. I don't know them.
Ooh, the
Is that a
Ziggins
guy?
rule. No, it's a band.
Family band.
It's like a slower version of like Sublime, kind of, but punkier. It's like Sublime's punk songs, but slower.
I don't know that
Glenn's punk songs.
I don't know that I hate the
Bad Religion.
I don't know if I hate that music. That might have been all right, especially on a boat. Kind of apropos.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have known any of it. It's like something I know is bad that I like.
Yeah, no, Becker, it's funny to think of you listening to any music because when I'm not with you, I assume that you are either in the act of smoking something or you're just kind of powered down. I think of you in like kind of like a stasis, kind of like a sleep mode that your body goes into, and you're just like all of a sudden you'll be like getting high, I'm high. And then all of a sudden you're just
I went on a Mondo hike today.
Did you do Wormhole?
Now, Mondo's my friend. Mondo's the guy who got me the weed. You're lying.
I did Wormhole and the Sandstone. I do all kinds of stuff. I listen to terrible music all the time.
Did it rain on you?
No.
He listens to that song.
No, I made it home in time.
What's the Sandstone up there with Wormhole?
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's kind of weird. It's the loop above Wormhole, and it's not quite as long, but it's like giant, chest-sized, abdomen-sized sandstones, like paving most of the way. And I have no fucking clue who did all that effort, but what an insano thing to do.
You should get up there and tag Becker Rocks.
There's a backpack that's been left on the cliff for like 5 days, and I'm afraid to touch it because it might be evidence.
Could be full of snacks, and you might eat them all. And then you go to jail because you're the fruit by the foot rapist.
Yeah. People keep fiddling with it because I can see that it moves when I go up there.
Fiddling.
Every day.
Look, man, when they do take you in, when you're in questioning, don't use the term fiddling, please. All right? Because I can't get a lawyer that can get off the guy who says fiddling after getting busted with the dead girl's backpack.
The
I
fiddling
never touched
diddler.
the backpack. I walked over to the edge of the cliff to make sure nobody had got real brave.
Nobody was hanging on for like a week.
Yeah, but not
Help.
saying help. Yeah.
Yeah, but
when you come back
they're too
around on the
embarrassed.
last sandstone,
Yeah.
don't go up there if it's super windy.
Too embarrassed. Hey, sorry to bother you. But I am barely hanging on. LOL. For real, though. I hate Mondays. Can you get me up off of this crazy thing called life? Becker's like, is this your backpack? She's like, no. And he's like, okay. I've got problems to solve.
You would love that trail, Lund. It's where all the crows in town nest.
I don't think he'd like it, though, because it's up a hill.
I'm wondering if it is new or not, because I went up there and did a big old hike with Tim Messenger like 4 years ago.
It's not new. They just cleaned it up quite a bit because I guess no one was really maintaining that trail for many years.
I'll bet I
Get up there, Lund. You'll go viral. People will think they have Bigfoot footage.
I think Tim and I did like whatever you could do up there. Like, so I don't know.
That would be all of it, yeah. And it's got a weird. You'd remember it's like a weird paved path because it's like, is this something we took from another culture, or did CCC boys actually build this? Because this seems insane.
Maybe not then. I don't know. I haven't been up there in a while. Megan and I have gone up there, but a couple of times there was snow up there, so we didn't like do a lot. We were
it can get muddy.
Played it safe. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have gone up at least one of those times because you're not supposed to muck it up.
You guys should get into sledding in your 40s. You guys should become sledders, man. That'd be fun up there in Trinidad. Just fucking haul some balls down a hill.
Tobogganists.
You and your lady.
Go down
Tobago.
Pass.
Trinidad? No. Tobago.
Oh.
Dude, Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. There you go. You're welcome. God.
I forgot about this. We had an intruder. We had an interloper come to the church a couple mornings ago, like 7 a.m.
Did he nail 99 problems to your door?
No.
Was it Martin Luther?
No.
Who would you be more scared to see, Martin Luther or Martin Luther King Jr.? I think I know Becker's answer. Lund?
I guess.
Be honest. You don't know who it is.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, I'd be scared of that for sure.
Third option. Luther from Martin Luther, but it's Martin Lawrence dressed up like Luther from Coach. Full circle. No.
What about that guy who was in Designing Women? Wasn't his name Luther? The black guy?
Idris Elba? Are you thinking of the Luther show?
Designing Women.
Designing Women.
I didn't know if you were thinking of a guy. Oh, I remember Designing.
Was that the
from
same
early 90s?
Was that dude also in Mannequin 2 on the Move?
Dude, hold on.
I think so.
Hold
As
on.
Hollywood?
Dude. Mannequin 2. That movie was so scary.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I was a little boy. Dude. Oh, my God.
What? You just pissed yourself?
No, I forgot all about how much Mannequin 2 used to scare me.
You're getting rocked? I don't remember it being scary. I can't think of bad guys or anything. I think there's
there was like a horror movie where it opens and it's like a mannequin. It's like a factory or a warehouse where there's a bunch of mannequins and it's scary. And then there was another one about like a house of wax that was scary.
There's a horror movie called House of Wax. I think Paris Hilton is in it, but I didn't see it because
this was one that was from when I was a kid. I was like 7.
Young.
These were all like USA. These were all movies.
Yeah.
Remember the shows they would have where it'd be like dinner and a movie, and it would be like some hot rod babe, and then a dude who like had mutton chops, and they would make rigatoni while you watched like What About Bob?
That lady rules. She did my old
movie,
podcast, and I geeked out really hard because I had a crush on her my entire childhood.
What was her name?
Annabelle Gurwitch, I believe.
All right.
I can
That
figure
can't
it
be
out.
a real name. Okay, anyway, Lund, I'm sorry. Mannequin 2 fucking...
It rocked you, yeah.
No, totally rocked.
So yeah, it was like 7 a.m. Megan and I often, one of us will get up at like 5:30 to feed the dogs. And then at 7, she's getting up.
That's her now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's her now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's very cute.
Nothing wrong with her.
But yeah, so we're both like kind of up and hoping to go back to bed. And then Megan is like, I just saw a couple people walk by. We have like one window in the basement that isn't opaque, so you can see out of it. She said, a couple people just walked by towards the backyard. So she goes out back. I hear her say, hey, you can't be back here. And then they say something. And then she's like, yeah, no, it's not an active church. My husband and I live here. So you have to go. And then she comes back in. Oh, this guy and this woman wandered on back. We have a gate and a fence on all sides. So they didn't come in, but they were back in between our place, and there's two like 80-year-olds that live next to us with it's a husband and wife, and then the wife's brother. And it's like, hey, get out of here. We're trying to fuck before we're dead. So each boner could be his last. They got to take advantage. They got to use them. And then the brothers.
I thought that was you. You're popping out and saying that to them. Like,
No.
you got to beat it. We're trying to fuck before we're dead. And they're like, hey, man, we listen to the pod. All right. You could just ask us to leave. You don't have to lie to us.
No, I sometimes think about what's that brother up to? You know, it's like, what is the brother's like 69, but he hasn't gotten his shit together yet. Anyway, this man and this woman are back there. Megan gets rid of them, but then like 8 minutes later, we hear somebody out front, just somebody talking to themselves or whatever. So we go out there.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, somebody's trying to
hunchback person.
claim asylum. No, so we go out there. This woman is now alone, and she's on the front steps to like the sanctuary, to the church. She's an older white woman. She has like funny like Oakley shades on, you know, and then like pants that Becker probably wore in high school, like patchwork hippie pants, like baggy jester. Yeah, like
Hacky sack pants. I know
yes.
exactly the pants you're talking about. It looks like they're made of Tibetan prayer flags.
hacky pants. Yes, she's
for
rocking.
sure.
She's rolling. She has a walking stick, and she is like
that's the worst kind of crazy white woman.
Right.
She's walking stick lady.
She's not well. She's unhoused and she's unwell. And she is just talking about whatever. Oh yeah, Megan heard her say the first time they talked, she said something about, I just want to climb Jacob's ladder, but I'm stuck here for another 20 years. So she wants to die but can't. So yeah, I'd
rather she just went Hakuna Matata. You know, give me just some good old fashioned gibberish crazy. Don't give me religious.
Jacob's Ladder
delusions.
came out in like 83. So
that's a scary movie too.
She hasn't. Yeah, it is. It's fucked up.
Becker told me it was about his life. Can you
I didn't
believe
even know it was a movie. I just knew the old stupid religious references and the game at the fair.
Jacob's Ladder.
Well, yeah, so
Jacob's Bladders.
The first time, I figure, let's let Megan be the face of the church and she'll be nice. But this second time, I do not want this to be. I don't want her to be our Wilson, always showing up with some wacky story. I don't want her to feel welcome. And and it's 7 a.m. Like maybe if it was 1:30 p.m., I could have been nicer. But I went out there and I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, this is not a church anymore. There are other churches that have programs that help people. This is not a church.
Like you.
I'm trying to get laid.
Like
it's
you.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm rock hard. This is when we bone.
She's like, I can see your penis. You're not rock hard. And you're like, lady, I am. All right. I'm sorry, but I'm rock hard. Get used to it.
Later in the day, I felt bad because I certainly was very mean. And I just wanted her to leave. I did not want this to be. And then she said something about how she was looking for an AA meeting. Megan goes, there is a building with a giant white flag on a flagpole. They do AA meetings. It's a block and a half away. And she went on her way. And she came back. She came back at some point a little bit later. I didn't go out there again. Megan told her, like, there's, we just live here. Our friend owns this church. We live here. And that was a few days ago, and we haven't seen her since. But, man, it was, it was a little, I was like, please don't let this be my life now. It's like, oh, fucking Gladys is back. We got to make her.
Off drifters.
We have to either make her a sandwich
is what your life should be. It makes sense that your life is now just a series of telling hobos to beat it because you're trying to pork.
Well, and when we moved in, I thought, man, one of the first interactions we had with random people walking by was this older couple, and they just start asking me the most random. I was trying to get a washer and dryer offloaded from our friend Dan's trailer, and they come up and they're just like, oh, you live here, huh? Yeah, we just moved in. can we see the inside? No, you can't. How long has this been a church? I don't know, dude. My friend bought it, and my wife and I are going to live here. What kind of church? And I was like, please stop asking me questions so I can get this fucking washer and dryer down these
Is that
steps.
what you said to him, though? What do
No.
you say?
I kept saying, I literally said, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Look it up. Like, what do you? It's always so funny to me when people assume, like, it's the same thing when people come into the bar when I'm bartending and they think, oh, this guy surely knows every answer to the questions that I have about this town, this bar.
Yeah.
How long has this been a bar? As long as it's been a town.
Man, they don't know who they're walking into. They don't know who they're fucking talking to. You should. They're just like, hey, and you're like, look, I don't give a shit about whatever you're about to say.
Yeah, this
Could be
bar
anything.
and
I don't care.
or this church, they're not my whole thing. So if you want a deep dive, call Jacques Cousteau because I'm not the one.
Get yourself a diving bell because I live above the water. Yeah. Eugene, Oregon, come see me. Come see me in Eugene, Oregon. Coming up here soon.
Next weekend.
Detroit, we're doing a show on Wednesday. This Wednesday, I think the 11th. Come see me in Detroit. And then Australia. Look, Australia, things are going quite well. We're not going to be embarrassed anywhere, and that's good news. We're going to sell out these shows, except for Brisbane. Brisbane, what's your beef? We're sitting at about 40% sold there in Briz. Big room, 700. I don't know why they picked it. It's not my problem. It's yours. Pack it out, Briz. And then Perth, we're at like 60% sold. If you knew what a fucking hassle it was for me to get there, you would buy an extra ticket, one for you and one for Jesus. So get those tickets, samtalent.com. A lot of fun shows coming up. Lund.
I'll be in Eugene too. June 12th, 13th, 14th. Olsen's
coming?
Run. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm
I
excited.
hope we're staying in that campus hotel again. Whoops, Becker. Take that out.
Gotcha.
Becker, tell them where you're going to be. Wet, I assume?
I'll be wet. I'll be
Feeding.
with you guys in Australia and New Zealand.
Yes, you will. And you're going to plan the whole route for Wide World, and I'm very grateful for that. So why don't you get to that?
We're going to talk together.
Nah, I'm busy.
No.
Go to the
We're gonna talk
Patreon.
together this week.
Hey, I'm
$5
very
a month.
busy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're right here. They can see me. Yeah. Hold on, I'll mute my mic. Yeah, hold on. Oh, dude, I know. Yeah, I'd love to.
You didn't mute it.
Well, one of them's fat, and the other one's like, I've been poisoning him, but he's like not sick anymore, and I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Yeah, bunch of money. Yeah. Ryson?
Andre Ryson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, he's fat, and he's like not. He's like says he's not getting. He's like less fat, but I'm not sure. Anyway, really, that's a lot of money.
Evil genius talking to James Bond again, laying it all out.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money. Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah, I'll call you back. Unmute my mic. Hey guys.
Hey, welcome back. Let's land the plane, Sully.
Sorry, I was talking to Emily. Yeah, we got to bring this thing down. Join the Patreon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.